Woo! All right, we're back. I've been singing some show tunes here. Well, actually, Christmas tunes here. So, yeah, I know it says late night with the Gringo. I know it's the middle of the day, but hey, you know what? I decided to hop on because let's talk movies, because I saw a movie last night. Wanted to give a quick review before I go to the movies again tonight to see Gladiator 2. Actually, movies in a couple hours. I might actually go see that. I'm going to sit down with my wife. But, yep, this is Mexico in the daytime. So it's a little bright. I get it. Okay, I get it. Not as dark as it usually is when I do live streams, but as well, it's really loud outside. Mexico's a loud country, so if you hear people screaming outside, that's normal. They're just trying to sell you something. Anyways, so movies. Let's talk Christmas movies. I was excited to get on the stream here and talk about Red One. I guess it doesn't come out until either later on tonight or maybe tomorrow in the United States, but it came out yesterday here in Mexico, so we went and saw it. Let me tell you something, sold out everywhere. Everywhere sold out. We had to settle for 4K or 4D or whatever they call those things. Those tickets where you're in there, it's like a roller coaster ride, which I personally not into that. Not into the roller coaster ride. Things blowing in my face. I want to see a movie. I don't want to do cardio or do ab exercise just to stay in my seat and hold on to my popcorn. But if you're into that, hey, cool. There's a lot of that. If that's your kind of theater, not mine. I prefer just relaxing, watching a movie. But as far as the movie goes, really enjoyed it. This is going to be a positive review. I'll have a couple critiques here and there. And I know there's a lot of negativity around this film. We're going to address some of that. But for me, fun movie, Christmas movie, because here's the thing. I believe that when you go see a movie, you have to have expectations for that movie, right? You go see Oppenheimer, you're expecting a certain thing, right? You're expecting this tight narrative, great cinematography, all that stuff, right? You're expecting something more artistic. You go see Red One, it's The Rock, it's Chris Evans, it's $7 entertainment, it's Amazon, it's a Christmas movie. You should be going in there going, this is supposed to be silly and fun and just enjoyable. If you're going in there looking to critique, again, narrative cohesion or character development or something like that, or like, oh, there's a plot hole. It's like, look, dude, it's a Christmas movie. Settle down, relax, have some fun. I think after the week, it's been a real stressful week. Everybody could just, go and settle and have some fun. We're going to talk about that. Like I said, I laughed at this film. I enjoyed seeing this film. It's definitely a film that when my kids arrive here for Christmas from college, if it's streaming, yeah, I'll show it to them. I'll be like, yeah, let's watch this. It'll be fun. And my wife enjoyed it, and she's a huge Christmas banana. She's one of those people who wants to put up Christmas decorations even before Halloween even hits the calendar. So she's huge into Christmas. So she loved it. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, a lot of fun, but we'll get into it. We'll get into some of the controversy around Red One that came out, especially around Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, again, I'm a Gen Xer, grew up in the Attitude Era. The Rock, I give him a lot of leeway, a little slack. I know he can be controversial. Some of the things he does, some of the things he supports, some of the things he says. I get that, but who isn't nowadays in Hollywood? But I give him a little bit of slack. But we'll talk about that, especially with the Vanity Fair interview that he gave. Some weird stuff. I don't know, weird to me, maybe not to you. Maybe you'll be like, oh, that's perfectly normal for people to do. But with that, let's we're going to talk about box office, a couple of little movie tidbits, news items here and there. Want to get into won't be terribly long, but because I want to get going and get ready and go meet my wife. And but I'll share my screen with you in a minute, and we'll go see. Like I said, we're going to see Gladiator 2 this evening, so that ought to be a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone for joining. So if you enjoy this, again, this is something new that we've been doing, this live stream. Usually when I'm live streaming, it's just video games. You hear my voice. This is the second time you're going to see my face. I'm old, but I'm still pretty. But well, not that pretty. Anyways, so if you enjoyed this kind of thing, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share comments. I love comments. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you'd like me to cover. If there's something out there you want me to cover. You know that I cover comic books, pop culture, politics. Love politics. I'm schooled in politics. That's where my degrees are in. Well, that and I got a few different degrees, but politics is where my graduate degree is in. So I love talking politics and anything that comes to news. But today, like I said, we're going to talk about Red One, and we're going to talk about movie news. So let's go ahead and, again, it's just me. So let me just share this screen out here with you. Boom. There it is. Boom. Yeah, there's the Vanity Fair article. So let's start with the controversy over Red One. But like I said, if you're going to see this movie, it's a fun movie. It's silly. Go sit, have some fun Christmas time. That's exactly what I did. And I enjoyed seeing it. I had some good laughs. But Dwayne Johnson admits to being late and urinating in bottles on set. Okay, that's not really exactly a headline I ever expected to ever read about anybody, ever. But He addresses it, and the director who's directed multiple movies with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson talks about it. The guy has a workout schedule. He's very busy. He's a CEO of his own company. He's a board of directors of TKO. The guy has a lot going on. And so they have a schedule set up for him, and he works out like a madman in the morning. We can talk about his workouts, and some people are like, I know Joe Rogan once accused him of being on stuff. I don't really care. Look, if you want to take something, a performance-enhancing drug, that's your business. If you weigh the risks and rewards, if I could care less. He wants to work out, do what he wants to do, look like he wants to look. Go for it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. Anyways, but he's got a workout that he does every morning, and so sometimes he arrives a few minutes late to set. So does everybody else. It's Hollywood. As the director of the film would say, it's Hollywood. Everybody arrives a little late every now and again. He goes, nothing big. He goes, the guy is completely professional, describes him as a wonderful person to work with, really nice to everyone on set. So, I mean, kind of put that to bed and put that to rest. As far as urinating in bottles, yes, he does admit, Dwayne does admit to doing that to, quote unquote, save time. I don't know how much time you're saving. I mean, I can't imagine that there's a bathroom not close by or a porta potty. Maybe he doesn't like using porta potties. I know I don't like using porta potties. It's like, communal crap hole. Maybe he doesn't want to use it. As far as whipping it out and peeing in a bottle, I'm not exactly sure how that works on a movie set. Again, probably, maybe the people like surrounding him with towels so they can't see the Johnson's Johnson. I don't know. But he pees in a bottle. Maybe he's saving his urine for something. Maybe he's using it for a science experiment. I don't know. I don't care. But he pees in a bottle. And so the movie did inflate a little bit as far as the budget is concerned, but it did not go up. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson does say it does not go up to $250 million. Again, take that with a grain of salt. I think we can all go back to the Black Adam fiasco. Now, Black Adam, that was a horrible film. It really was. This is a bad film. I didn't want it to fail. I love DC Comics. I love comics in general, but I really wanted to see Black Adam succeed and continue on. But it wasn't a good film, and it didn't deserve to succeed and move on. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came out, and he was trying to fudge some numbers or interpret numbers. You can say fudge. I wasn't there. I don't know. But there's a lot of controversy about how he interprets the numbers and whether the movie was successful, whether it was profitable. So I know he's got a little bit of credibility issues in that regard with certain circles, whether it's Hollywood, online, or with his fan base. So, take it with a grain of salt that the movie did not cost $250 million. I don't think it did. I've seen the movie. I don't think it's a $250 million movie. I can't see it costing that much, even with all the CGI and everything that they use and everything that they did. But it made $26 million opening day yesterday or so far this week. And like I said, I can Red One. Everything was sold out. On a friggin' Tuesday, or Wednesday. I don't know. What day is it? Was it Friday, Thursday? I don't know. Whatever day it was, Tuesday, Wednesday, sold out. These are massive theaters down here because the cities in Mexico are massive cities. They're some of the most populous cities in the world. And so we're talking like a theater with, 20, 25 screens, an IMAX, a 4K, all that stuff, 4D, whatever you want to call it. Again, whatever you want to call it. Everything was sold out. His movie was sold out and had to settle for those 4D tickets. Again, not a fan of the 4D roller coaster. It's like, being in a chair that has, a seizure problem. It's just you get shaken around like a milkshake. But that didn't affect the quality of the movie. I thought it was fun. Anyways, so sold out. So I think it's going to do well internationally. I'm not sure how it seems to be getting a bad reputation in the States. I know the first trailer was met with a little bit of derision because it didn't look that great. Some people compared it to an SNL skit. Okay. Some people are seeing the early reviews, and some of them are not really good or they're tepid. And we're going to address some of the things that I've read or some of the things I've seen in those reviews and kind of be like, again, I approach it from this way. When I'm going to go see Gladiator 2 today, all right? Let me just give you an example. I'm going to go see Gladiator 2 today. Of course, there's Gladiator standing out there as an example of like what I'm going to compare this movie to that I'm going to see today. Ridley Scott, supposedly one of the great producers, directors in all of history, right? You got Denzel Washington. You've got Pedro Pascal, who's like the hottest, he's at everything. Everybody seems to think he's the greatest. So, okay. So there's a lot of expectation on that film to be great. all right, to be wonderful. So I'm going to be expecting something a lot more out of Gladiator 2 than I would Red 1. Red 1 is not at that level of expectation. I think that's how you have to go. If you're judging movies by the same criteria over and over and over again, I just think you're doing it wrong. Again, I just think you're doing it wrong. And that's just my opinion. You guys could think I'm doing it wrong, or you guys and girls and whoever else is out there watching could think I'm doing it wrong. By the way, I say you guys. I know some people are like, oh, that's sexist. And look, that's how I've always said it. I'm always going to say it. So if you got a problem with it, I don't care. All right. So Red 1. So we've gotten through the controversy. It's a fun film. It's a buddy. No, here's the one thing I'll say about it. One of the criticisms I will agree. It doesn't. It's everything. It's a buddy comedy. It's a road trip. It's a sci-fi, magic, mystery, adventure. It's quippy. It's a Christmas movie. It's got a little bit of family, a little bit of heart. It's got a little bit of action. A lot of action. So there's a lot. It just seems like it's like every genre that they could cram in there. They did it. And does it affect the film negatively? I don't think so. I mean, I can see where certain parts don't sort of, flow exactly into each other. But again, it's a Christmas movie. You get over it real quick. But it's basically a Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans vehicle. They're on screen for the majority of the time. Yeah, you got Lucy Liu in a minor part. J.K. Simmons, perfect casting as a muscled up Santa, by the way. Love J.K. Simmons, Oscar winner, all that. Everything he does is usually fantastic. Been a big fan of him since I saw him in that series on HBO on Oz way back in the day. Wow, I think I was a teenager at that point. But anyways, so been a fan of him for a long, long time. He does a great job with it. But it's a rock Captain America thing. Now, Chris Evans does not play a Captain America character. He basically plays a Bostonian douchebag, which is close to my heart because I also am a Bostonian douchebag, although I live in Mexico now. So I can appreciate that character. I can appreciate the way in which he pulled it off. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just plays Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a good guy, right? He doesn't really do characters. He just does himself. It's just The Rock being The Rock in his film. There's verbal sparring between the two. There's quips. There's insults. There's just back and forth like you'd expect. It's funny. Most of it lands. Most of the gags land. The CGI is pretty good for the most part. The snowman battle. Now, this is spoiler free, so I'm only going to talk about things that are I've seen online. So, like the snowman battle, we've all seen the snowmen on the commercial, the trailers. That got pulled off pretty well. I thought that worked out really well. Krampus. My favorite part is with Krampus. I love that they included Krampus and sort of different aspects of Christmas and different mythology around Christmas. But the way they involved Krampus was heartwarming, also funny, also inventive. I just found that whole portion of the movie and the way in which they used that character just perfect for what tone that they were going for. The main villain doesn't get a lot. I think that if there's one person where I could say, well, I wish I got more out of this, it would be the main villain. Again, I'm not going to spoil it for you, or if you already know, and I haven't seen this online, but the main villain, I wish we got more of, like, I don't know, backstory or understanding or things like that. Now, there's a lot of magic, a lot of technology that's used to do weird things. Like, you've seen the Hot Wheels car and it gets turned into a big giant, regular size Ferrari or car or whatever. They never explain that technology. I don't expect them to. I don't expect them to explain that stuff. Just like I it's like when you watch Elf. Do you care to have explained to you how Buddy gets from the North Pole walking through all the way to New York? No, you don't. You just know that he did it because it's a Christmas movie, right? You don't care. You just, Fred Claus. Do you care to have explained to you why Fred is so able to be so old but look so young and still maintain a life in the United States of America? No, because it's Fred Claus, because it's a Christmas movie, because you're having fun. You're just watching it, right? And you're enjoying it because it's Christmas and you want to have a good laugh and you want to feel good and you want to get in the holiday spirit. Same thing here. I don't need the film to tell me exactly how all the technology works. Why? Because it's a Christmas movie. I'm having fun. I'm going with it. And that's what you got to do. You do that, you're going to have fun watching this film. Plain and simple. Chris Evans definitely stole the show. I mean, The Rock is funny. He does his thing. But Chris Evans steals the show. He's definitely the person who's really driving the story a lot more than any other character. Great facial expressions. Again, great chemistry between the two. I was actually surprised to see these two. I didn't think these two would have that type of chemistry, but they do. They seem to have really good chemistry. And they set up the world that they set it, kind of like they build this kind of universe. Not just around Christmas, but other mythological characters even for other holidays. And there's a couple there that there's one in the beginning, which I won't spoil because it was just one of the coolest visuals of the whole movie. And you'll know it when you see it in the beginning and you'll know what I'm talking about. But they kind of built it where you could make another movie with another holiday and another character and another storyline and the way they kind of ended it. You know, you could continue to make movies. You could make this into a franchise. I'm not sure if that's the case or what they want to do. I think it'll depend on how much money this movie makes. Again, it's not tracking well, but it's the only Christmas movie coming out this year, I believe. I haven't seen any of the Christmas movies coming out. I know everything that's going to be streaming, Christmas movies everywhere, but as far as new Christmas movies, I don't see anything else coming out. Coming out. Oop, I think I lost. Oop. I don't see anything else coming out. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me see. This blue mic. It's fairly new. It's less than a year old, but it's a little loose. Maybe I got to fix that, or maybe I just got to get a new mic. Getting a new mic would be awesome. Anyways, let's see here. All right. So, again, you're going to hear all the honking. I know I normally do this late at night. It's very quiet. I live next to a school right now, and schools, they don't do buses. Like, I've never seen a school bus. I'm sure they have them somewhere in Mexico, but they're so protective of the kids. They get dropped off, picked up. They're very protective of the kids here. It's like so you hear a lot of honking. People get impatient around this time because traffic is a nightmare to pick up the kids. Anyways, so let's talk about some other things. So that's Red One. Again, that's Red One. I really enjoyed it. I won't say I loved it, but I really enjoyed it. Really appreciated it. Really appreciated feeling good coming out of the theater. That's what I was like last year when I saw Wonka. I remember the first thing I said walking out, I said, that made me feel like Christmas. Again, it's that kind of experience when you go into certain movies. And Red One definitely makes it feel like it's Christmas. So it's cool. All right. Let's get back to our news. All right. Movie news. So, one thing I wanted to address is some box office stuff. Now, I know that a while ago, there we go. A while ago, and by the way, if you can't hear me, go ahead and drop it in the comment section because, like I said, getting a little weird with the mic here. Might have to get, like I said, might have to get a new mic. I actually have other mics. I have these DJI mics. Just have to plug and play with them. Anyways. A while back, we saw Venom 3, or Venom The Last Dance. I said I liked it. I went in there expecting to see the Venom and Eddie show. I saw the Venom and Eddie show. I was happy with it. The movie got shit on by a lot of people saying it's not going to make its money back. Its budget was around $120 million, so let's double that and make it $240. Even triple that, make it $360. It's nearing $400 million globally. So yeah, it's going to be a profitable movie. It's number 9 right now for the year, sitting in the box office. So definitely Venom 3. Had some legs. It definitely made some money in other parts of the world. I think it made around $15 million in China so far. So to everybody who shat on Venom 3 and didn't like the movie and complained about it, like I keep hearing, why would you make a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man? It's not a Spider-Man movie. It's a Venom movie. He's his own character. Welcome to the comic book world. They have other characters in the Spider-Man world besides Spider-Man. And eventually you got to establish Venom before you get him to Spider-Man, right? So anyways, so everybody who shat on it, suck it. I thought it was a good movie. It was a good ending to a trilogy. Was it the greatest superhero trilogy in the world? No. Or ever? No. Was it the worst? No, not by a long shot. It was decent. It's good. Had moments. Entertained you, made you laugh. I think the first one was my favorite. The second one, my least favorite. The third one, my middle of the road. I thought they could have done a lot more with the second one. But there you go. 400 million. Awesome. So, and it's going to keep going because it's still out there. It's still out there. So it's going to continue to do that. And, but yeah, that's the movie news I want to talk. So we're going to see Gladiator 2 later today. Going to see that. And I'll be posting a, there we go. There we go. Still learning the whole software. Like I said, it's just me. I know some streamers, they have like engineers and stuff and people like, it's just me. Literally just me. And whatever equipment I can gather around, and sometimes, a country where electronics can be expensive. By the way, if you do come to Mexico and you want to buy electronics, don't. They cost way more here. Like if you go buy an iPhone here, you're going to pay a lot more, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more, just to buy the same iPhone you would in the States. So don't do that. If you're going to move to Mexico or come to Mexico, you need electronics, whatever it might be, a camera, a phone, a computer, iPad, whatever it is. Buy it in the United States first. Do not buy it here because of the tariffs and the taxes and the different laws. So anyways, import taxes, whatever. But yeah, it's just me cobbling it together. And temporary studio till we get into our house. Hopefully in a couple months, that'll be done. But yeah, going to see Gladiator 2. I'm hoping for a good movie, a really good movie. It had a good span so far of, I liked Red 1. I liked Venom. So far, I haven't been disappointed with the movies too much. It wasn't like the beginning of the year when I had Madam Web and Argyle. Do you remember those stinkers? I haven't seen Megalopolis just got released here like 2 or 3 weeks after it got released in the United States. I'm thinking about seeing it just to see how bad it really is. I mean, it only made $13 million worldwide so far. I mean, that's the kind of movie that bankrupts people, families for generations, with how poorly that did. So, hopefully we're going to see Gladiator 2. Wicked is next week, I believe. So going to see that. I like musicals. I don't know. I know this one's got some controversy too because of the lead actress being all pissed off about a fan poster. We're going to talk about Rachel Zegler next couple of days. Definitely going to do that. But yeah, that's the movie news going on. And I'll report back tonight. I'll go live again tonight, probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock, around that time. Because I want to go to the movies, take my wife to a nice dinner, sit down, relax. And you hear all the cars outside right now trying to pick up. A lot of motorcycles too, by the way. A lot of people like to drive motorcycles here. So I'll probably be on later tonight with a review, Gladiator 2, and give you my real impression. Again, going in there expecting something. I'm expecting something good. I'm expecting something epic, grand. So yeah, I have high expectations for this one. High expectations. Especially like I said, Denzel Washington, one of my favorites. So hopefully he pulls up. I guess they cut a scene. I guess he kisses a man full on for a while, and they cut that scene out. There was an article about that today. So they cut out his quote unquote gay kissing scene. Okay, I guess whatever. Still gonna go see the movie. I could care less. But yeah, with that, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. So with that, I'll see you later tonight. From south of the border, I'm still your reluctant gringo. Salute. A huevo. Let's do our outro. Let's see if we can get this thing to work.